Good afternoon to everyone once again, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. So I will skip through a lot of my slides, especially those that are more technical. I'm lucky, perhaps that is why I went a bit long. I'm lucky to have another presentation tomorrow with failed heads of exploration, all the NOCs where I can go into more detail. I am an engineer by background, reservoir for that matter, so this is really my passion. The Gambia National Petroleum Company was set up in 2003 as the commercial partner of government, like UNOX and know-how. And we seek investment partners for market exploration operations, storage depot investments, and we also run a countrywide network of retail stations. One of the things that we have as an advantage for being an early stage exploration company still in a frontier country is that we have the opportunity to streamline energy efficiency and decarbonization initiatives in our business operations. GNPC contributes to our country climate change targets and efficiency initiatives by ensuring that we solarize all our operations. You can see in the pictures that from our head office to our stations, we do ensure that all the roofs are laced with solar panels. We might as well take great advantage of our favorable geographical positioning as well as our geological opportunities. I will skip this and get into it in detail because it is one of the blocks for which we are partners and we have some other empty blocks as well. So basically we have about 8 offshore blocks and 2 onshore blocks. And the entire country is just about 11,000 kilometers square. You can appreciate how small it is. And we have great data coverage. Our data coverage is about 80% offshore. However, onshore we have very minimal data coverage of less than 5%. And the location of the Gambia, I don't have that slide here, I would love to show it, is right in the middle of the MSGBC Basin. Now the MSGBC Basin is the current star performer in West African exploration. You would recall the massive discoveries that were made in Senegal in 2014 that has resulted in them seeing first oil earlier this year, last year. We're in 2025 now, so I'm still in 2024. But in 2024, there was first oil in the Sangoma oil field of Senegal. And so because we are located right in the middle of Senegal, we've got oil and gas fields to our north and to our south. And being in the middle is always really well for our whole petroleum exploration prospects. And GNPC right now is partnering on Block A4, the slide you're seeing, with Petroleum. We've done some technical work, and we have some drill-ready prospects that have a minimum economic field size of around 6 to 8 million barrels, pretty more at a break-even oil price of 32 million barrels. Tomorrow I will also talk about our most prolific block, which is the Block A1. It was famous because it was held by British Petroleum and it had gotten to drill-ready status when COVID struck, the energy transition hysteria and activism struck as well. And we ended up having to put all drilling plans on hold for the Block A1. We also have other blocks which were recently drilled in the past 5 years. They were disappointing wildcats, but we know in oil and gas exploration it's a long game. The drill density is almost equivalent to, or proportional rather, to the success, the chance of success. And unfortunately in the Gambia, though we do have really good geological settings and very prolific prospects, we have a very low well density. So our focus on inviting investment is really, we're looking for partners who have the capex to deploy to drill wells, because we do believe that we're sitting on massive oil discoveries that just require a bit more wells to be drilled in order to be the next success story, like our neighboring Senegal. And so this shows basically an analog to the Sangoma oil fields. We see this in the Sangoma license and the Block A4 license. The seismic lines are eerily similar, and I will get into this in more detail tomorrow. As we said, we believe that when we talk about cross-border collaboration, the fact that we are right inside Senegal and they already have operational capabilities that have been deployed, our shore-based operations also usually take up from Senegal. It means that there is the concept of fast development, and we can have relatively faster post-oil in the Gambia, there were to be a discovery within 5 years compared to Senegal, which took over 10 years because they were deploying everything for the first time. And so, in summary, we do have prospects in proven place, not just in this block A4. And we believe that, as I said, our small minimum economic field size and a low break-even oil price due to excellent fiscal terms would give the opportunity for cluster developments. I will talk a bit more about the onshore block activity tomorrow, but like I said earlier, we have very low data coverage onshore. However, wells that were drilled in the 70s show gas prospects, which were seen as not very profitable or commercially attractive in those years and decades, but now we all know gas is green. And so our corporate strategy for our block projects are really to unlock potential, to secure JV partners, and then to begin drilling and make discoveries. We have a booth here. I'm traveling with the head of downstream as well, Mr. Salvidame is in the audience, and he will be very happy to answer to any questions you may have about the downstream in terms of storage tank farms and in terms of importation of oil products. We have a very similar regime to both Liberia and Uganda in that we as the national oil company focus on JVs with international partners, whereas our Petroleum Commission is the regulator. So they're the first stop for licensing opportunities. When the licensing negotiations progress, we come in and we do technical analysis and we end up as your JV partner. We also have our ministry who set the direction for policy, and basically we are well structured as well. We've got great above the ground institutional setup, a great legal framework that is benchmarked against the high performing countries, and we have a very stable political and investment climate. We also have the benefit of being a great tourist location as well. You would find the rarest species of birds in the Gambia. There will be beautiful beaches, and we're known as the smiling coast of West Africa. I thank you very much for your attention.